When you pass the age of 60, your body starts to communicate with you not in loud voices like before, but with softer, quieter signals. That stiffness you feel in your joints in the morning, a restless night's sleep, or the heaviness and discomfort after meals are actually your body whispering, "Slow down, be gentler with me now." Unfortunately, many of us ignore these warnings or simply accept them as the natural fate of aging. But aging is not a decline in health, it is a new dialogue with your body. In youth, digesting food, converting it into energy, and renewing the body was easier. Our body worked like a machine, burning everything and recovering quickly. However, after 60, this process slows down. Our digestive system no longer works as fast, our gut flora becomes more sensitive, and inflammation increases. Our immune system is no longer as sharp as it was in youth, and the body's healing speed decreases. Therefore, it is very important to review your eating habits and respond to your body's new needs. Avoid processed meats. Processed meats like salami, sausage, and bacon usually contain preservatives such as nitrates and nitrites to extend shelf life. These substances can turn into carcinogenic compounds inside the body, increasing the risk of certain cancers, especially colorectal cancer. The World Health Organization classifies processed meats in the same carcinogenic category as tobacco. Besides, processed meats are rich in saturated fats and sodium. As we age, our arteries harden and the heart works harder. Excess salt and saturated fat raise the risk of heart disease and increase blood pressure. After 60, the digestive system becomes more sensitive and the kidneys struggle to filter excess salt and toxins. Therefore, it's important to minimize these meats and replace them with lighter, more nutritious protein sources like fresh fish, grilled chicken, or legumes. Sugary and carbonated drinks. Sweet traps. A single can of soda can contain up to 40 grams of sugar, equivalent to about 10 teaspoons. Your blood sugar rises rapidly, forcing your pancreas to pump insulin as if it's drowning. When repeated often, this leads to insulin resistance and increases the risk of type 2 diabetes. The incidence of diabetes in people over 60 is quite high, and diabetes forms the basis of many problems like heart disease and kidney damage. Moreover, sugary drinks not only spike blood sugar but also trigger chronic, silent inflammation in your body. This inflammation accelerates cardiovascular diseases, joint pain, and cognitive decline. Instead of sugary drinks, opt for lemon water, herbal teas, or freshly squeezed fruit juices with fiber. Remember, true sweetness comes not from a package, but from nature. Keep salt intake under control. Salt's role in food was once not only flavor but also preservation. Today, salt consumption has reached excessive levels. After 60, the body becomes more sensitive to salt. Arteries lose elasticity, kidneys work harder, excess sodium causes water retention, and blood pressure rises. High blood pressure increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. The American Heart Association recommends that adults over 60 consume no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium daily. Yet, a single canned soup or ready-made sauce can exceed this amount easily. That's why paying attention to salt sources, avoiding processed and packaged foods, and using fresh herbs and spices instead of salt in cooking is very beneficial. Avoid highly processed and canned foods. While canned, frozen, or ready-made meals make life easier, they often contain many additives, preservatives, and excessive salt. These foods strain your body's filtering systems and trigger chronic inflammation, slowing metabolism. Especially as kidney and liver functions decline with age, these additives accumulate, causing fatigue and brain fog. Whenever possible, prefer fresh vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains. Light cooking methods like boiling or steaming support your body's healing. Cooking in bulk once a week and freezing portions provides convenience and better nutrition. Watch out for trans fats. Trans fats are found in margarine, packaged baked goods, and some fast food items. They raise bad cholesterol, LDL, and lower good cholesterol, HDL, significantly increasing the risk of atherosclerosis and heart disease. Moreover, trans fats don't just harm physical health, they also influence eating habits by making you crave processed, ready-made flavors rather than healthy options. That's why it's important to carefully read product labels and avoid anything containing partially hydrogenated oils. Reduce full-fat dairy products. Milk and dairy products are often linked to childhood, family, and comfort. However, as you age, the enzyme needed to digest lactose decreases. This can cause bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort. Full-fat dairy products are also high in saturated fat, which can negatively affect cardiovascular health. Therefore, alternatives like unsweetened almond, oat, or soy milk, low-fat cheeses, or smaller portions are recommended. The goal isn't to remove pleasure but to choose options that soothe and support your body. Avoid fried and fast foods. Fried potatoes, fried chicken, and fast food products are high in saturated and trans fats and trigger inflammation in the body. As you age, your body becomes more sensitive and organs more fragile. These heavy, fatty foods reduce energy levels and tire your digestive system. In conclusion, after 60, nutrition is not only about what you shouldn't eat but about understanding what serves you best. Listen to your body's language and respect it with every bite. Eating natural, fresh, and minimally processed foods supports a longer and better quality life. Giving up habits can be difficult, but remember that change is a sign of wisdom. Eating healthily means making peace with your body and honoring it. Be patient with yourself during this process and see every new choice as a gift of healing.